Welcome back to another episode of.
Actually, I guess ASMR version.
Okay, let's start from the top, but I want to say welcome.
Go
Okay.
ahead, man.
Okay. All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of
Race Rats podcast. You forgot about that.
I do. We're switching things up a little bit.
She's gonna tell you about Singapore.
It happened.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. Yes, you may take over now, please. I just wanted to say the intro bit.
I loved it. I love switching it up for a bit.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah, it was a bit different.
It was. But yeah, we're here to talk about the Singapore Grand Prix. A little bit late. We're a little late. It is the week of Austin.
It's kind of my fault, I think.
She left me for a month.
Yeah, I went to Europe for a month, had a great little vacation while she was stuck here, and then I got back, and then I got sick again. But now we're here.
Oh, we're here. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Okay, to start off, because obviously the last episode I did myself. Very weird experience.
You did yourself?
I did by myself. And there was something I mentioned in it, and we're waiting for further clarification, which we have now gotten. Unfortunately, Daniel Ricciardo was dropped by VCARB.
Did you have to start the episode?
Yeah, I did actually, unfortunately.
That's tragic.
It is, especially the fact that we are in Coda week and the King of Coda is not there.
Yeah.
Wait.
This is something that I knew of, actually. I did hear about this.
Coda.
And I was devastated, as was my mum, who knows absolutely nothing about Formula One, but knew
You know
that.
who else's mum was devastated? Oscar Piastri's.
Yeah.
Big fan of Danny Rick.
Yeah. I feel like it's actually a tragedy for the nation. I think it's a huge loss for Australia, losing such a legend.
Yeah, he's one of Australia's most iconic racers, if not Australia's most iconic.
Because, like, many people, I guess, in Australia, like, even if they don't know anything about F1 or any of the other drivers, anything to do with it, they know Danny Rick. My dad knows nothing, doesn't know Verstappen, doesn't know any of the others. He knows Danny Rick. Like, other people I talk to, they know him. So he's a household name, actually, so it's quite tragic.
No, you're not wrong. He not only got a lot of the newer generation into the sport, but same goes. My family only know of F1 through me, even though I do have a motorsport background from my grandfather. But my nan, I went over there and she goes, I heard about it. That's so sad. She's upset about it. She's not watched an F1 race in her life.
Yeah. It's exactly like when I left my house today to come here to film, my mum said, like, oh, you're going to go film. Are you going to talk about Daniel Ricciardo? And I was like, yeah, of course we are. But, like, it's interesting that she knew that this was going to be a big thing.
It upset a lot of people. Because the biggest thing, and the thing that upset me that I spoke about last episode when we were waiting for if it was, if it wasn't, is it came out of nowhere. He was not even aware it was going to be his last race weekend. He kind of went into the weekend with all this speculation suddenly thrown out there, which isn't the first time there's been speculation. So it's always okay. The team knew nothing about it. And because of all this, he did not get a proper send-off. He did not get the send-off he deserves. So, which is, again, it's a bit of an insult for him, being such a legend. But also, look at the stats for the year. He wasn't doing badly at all compared to another.
Yeah, compared to others.
Driver. But, yeah, I still have hope that he will return in the future. Is it delusional hope? Maybe. But I do not think this is the last we've seen of Daniel Ricciardo.
Yeah.
As much as he is being caught in photos wearing a hat that says, I'm retired, having a good time is my job.
That's such a dad thing to wear.
You shut your mouth. You are not retired.
Oh, he's not retired.
Thank you. Yeah, unfortunately, having to start the episode with such a sad note because we were waiting on clarification last time, and that clarification did come, which does mean Liam Lawson is in the seat for the rest of the year. It has also come out, though, that it is just for the rest of the year. He also has to prove himself to get that seat for next year. So we'll see how that goes. Moving on. Singapore weekend. One of my favourites. We went from Singapore, which is one of my favourites, to South America this week, which is not one of my favourites.
When was Singapore?
Almost a month ago.
Oh, okay. Because I was actually just in Singapore. I totally forgot that. Yeah. Carry on. Only for a layover. I didn't get to do anything. I had Burger King and that was it.
What a Singapore experience.
Yeah, it's so authentic.
Shut up. No, so Singapore, always a great time. Racing under the lights. Unfortunately, humid as hell and does make a lot of drivers sick, and wasn't any different this year, which is something I wish that they would fix already of the racing calendar.
Does the humidity make them sick?
Really bad heat stroke.
Heat stroke. Wow.
Really, really bad.
I guess if you're used to more like a drier climate, going to like an ultra humid climate can be a big adjustment, and also going vice versa.
Also, like the speeds are going.
Yeah.
The amount it takes out of their body, like
that's
that really
true.
Yeah.
I feel like
is going to be.
There's going to be some kind of change of like your oxygen intake between like with the humidity, because so much more moisture in the air, it would change a lot of things for them, wouldn't it?
Probably.
Do you think? And then Qatar is like dry heat, right?
Oh, Qatar's gonna be horrible.
Yeah.
That's another one that a lot of them get heat exhaustion from.
Yeah, makes sense.
That's gonna be interesting. Jumping straight into it. We got to talk about the race first because there's this. We got to talk about media, my new favorite topic. And there's some fun things to talk about with media this week. But we're gonna jump into the race stuff because it's a good race. So everyone saw Daniel Ricciardo stuck in the garage because they were having trouble getting an aero rake off the car. So his final weekend didn't even get to go well.
That's shit.
Not much else really happened. Everyone top of the boards: Charles Leclerc, Lando Norris, Carlos Sainz. Not a bad top three. FP2 saw George Russell crash out. I think almost in the same. Could be wrong. Pretty sure it was pretty much in the same corner he crashed last lap. At the very end last year's race. George Russell does not like the walls of Singapore. Apparently,
he should stop crashing into them then.
I agree. Which did see the top three for FP2.
Can you tell it's pretty late that we're filming this?
I've been at work. I did.
Yeah,
I did 9 all day.
She had work. I didn't. I just sat at home.
FP2 did see the top three being Lando Norris, Charles Leclerc, and Carlos Sainz. So day one of Singapore Grand Prix, pretty consistent. Top three stayed the same, just in a different order. I loved it. I got two on the. I'll take it. FP3. So a bit of a surprise on the podium, not really. With Lando Norris, George Russell, and Oscar Piastri.
Oh,
where did Mercedes come from?
He befriended the walls.
Yeah, he made peace with them. Maybe good enough. Then we came to qualifying. Now, qualifying saw with The first five out being Zhou Guanyu, Valtteri Bottas, Pierre Gasly, Lance Stroll, and unfortunately Daniel Ricciardo. He was having a bit of trouble.
Mm.
It was not the best weekend for
Yeah.
what was going on. The next five out: Esteban Ocon, Kevin Magnussen, Sergio Perez, Franco Colapinto, just out of the collar points for qualifying. Alex Albon. There's someone I haven't listed yet that made it into that top 10 that I was quite shocked with.
Yuki?
I'm never shocked with Yuki, but yeah, he was in top 10.
Someone who made it into top 10. K-Mag?
No, K-Mag was out
Oh.
in 14. He qualified P14.
Do I have to guess?
You close with K-Mag.
The other Hastilf?
The other Hassel. Yes, Hulkenberg.
That one, I forgot his name. It's been a while.
The Hulk.
The Hulk, yeah.
The Hulk. Yeah. He made it into the top 10.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, Q3 had a little bit of a. Let's say it went good and bad for me. Qualifying in P10 due to pulling a George Russell and into a wall. Carlos Sainz.
Oh, that's right. Now I remember.
Yeah.
Now,
He
yeah.
was, I think, there was an issue with the tires. And I think he went to avoid something. I think he went to avoid Piastri or something, who was just coming out of pits, or something. It was something very oddly specific. And yeah, he just spun out and went backwards into a wall. Took out the entire rear.
That's a little bit silly.
Yeah.
He shouldn't have done that.
I agree. That's how I felt.
Mm-hmm.
Q3. I'm literally in so much pain.
Matches.
Beautiful. Q3 saw Sainz go rearward into a wall at the very start of it. It was I think like the last corner or something like that. Just due to cold tires, track conditions, a multitude of things. So that unfortunately pulled out the flags. They had to fix it. It was quite a big crash. He got a fine. He got a fine for it for crossing the track over the pit lane because there was nowhere else for him to go, and all the cars were already back in the pit at that stage. So it wasn't like it was unsafe. Literally, you didn't get in anyone's way. They were all back in the pit. But anyway, thank you, FIA. That's a whole other issue.
Priorities.
Verstappen got a penalty and got lap time deleted for not slowing down through the double yellow flags for it. But in ninth place, Charles Leclerc having his lap time deleted.
Oh, what caused that?
I want to say track limits or something like that.
Yeah.
Something really stupid, and I was like, avoidable. Anyway, Leclerc lap time deleted. The Ferrari starting 10th and 9th. Yuki Tsunoda in 8th. Fernando Alonso in 7th. Nico Hulkenberg in 6th.
Wow. Impressive.
Good start for the Haas.
Yeah.
In 5th, Oscar Piastri. In 4th, George Russell. In 3rd, Lewis Hamilton.
3rd. Wow.
In 2nd, Max Verstappen, giving us another pole position from last lap, Lando Norris.
Nice one.
He pulled it off really well as well.
Very well done. Impressive.
He's doing really well this season, and I know it sounds biased, but I'll take it as a bias because he is actually doing very well. He wouldn't be a championship contender right now if he wasn't doing well. One thing I did forget to mention before though, FP3. Lizard on track.
Oh, I
Lizard
saw
on track.
this. I saw this. This lizard
Purple
was.
sectors for the lizard.
They even gave him a lap time.
Yeah,
It's
he got
the
purple sectors.
funniest
He
thing.
got purple sectors.
Get equity in Alpine. There we go. Oh, no, we didn't.
Oh, Lawrence is rapid.
Catch the lizard, catch
Lawrence
the
is
lizard.
very smart.
I tell you what, he's got a purposeful stroll, but when he wants to get a shift on, look at that. Look at the pace of that. It's a
I
drag.
remember
Look at him
seeing
move.
that on the Instagram or somewhere. Very funny.
We had Godzilla Junior back on track. This is an ongoing thing, right?
Mm.
Poor Max Verstappen is haunted by Godzilla Junior, and now Godzilla Junior. The Godzilla had a baby, and then Godzilla's baby had a baby.
Well, Godzilla is a girl.
She had a baby. But yeah, we had Monitor Lizard back on the track, putting in purple sectors, winning the race. Personally,
Poor thing though, it looks so scared.
it wasn't scared. It was trying to win.
Yeah. Yeah.
It wanted into the paddock club.
Yeah, he's stealing Ricardo's seat.
Hey, damn. Yeah. Another phenomenal qualifying from Lando Norris. Anyway, race day. Race day. Now, it was actually honestly a pretty thrilling race, even though some people might not agree with what I'm about to say. So obviously, Lando got his first win this year. And they said, oh, it was a fluke. It was a safety car. So what did Lando do?
Got another win.
Got another one. No safety car. Great time. And they went, okay, it's a statement. He still can't lead after lap 1, turn 1. He still can't keep that lead. It's not to spoil the race or anything. But Lando Norris won.
Wow!
And not
another
only did he win.
fluke?
No. Not only did he win, but he held on to that lead lap 1, turn 1. And for every single lap after that, Lando Norris won the Singapore Grand Prix with an almost 21-second gap. It was 20.9. 20.9.
That is insane. That's like...
That is a massive
that's
gap.
Huge.
It was actually phenomenal to watch. So they called his first win a landmark. They called his second one a statement. They've called this third one domination.
Ooh, I like that. That's
every lap, dude. That was really
good.
It was impressive, and the tire management, phenomenal. Especially in the Singapore heat, phenomenal. But he is known for being really good at tire management. We had 2 DNFs of the race. We had Alex Albon, unfortunately. And his first week back, our track terror, Kevin Magnussen, also.
Oh yeah. He but
took one for the team. He went out. Our track terror.
That kind of sucks.
Before I go into the top 10, I will say, just out of the collar points in P11, Franco Colapinto. He's honestly, for being literally coming in halfway through the season,
kind of holding
as
his
a
own.
full rookie, is doing phenomenally. He's doing better than seasoned drivers. And I will once again say, please give him a seat for next year, because he's proven his worth. He's proven he's good at what he does. Give him a seat. We need to see more of this. Top 10 though. Sergio Perez, only just scraping it into that top 10. Nico Hulkenberg, Fernando Alonso, unfortunately down in 7th, Carlos Sainz. I don't want to talk about it. 6th place, Lewis Hamilton. 5th place, Charles Leclerc. 4th place, George Russell. And our podium, 3rd place, Oscar Piastri.
Ooh.
2nd place, Max Verstappen. And 1st place, as I said before, Lando Norris. Double
Nice.
papaya podium again.
Nice job, Oscar.
They are pulling away
Yeah.
in that Constructors' Championship now. Not only have they taken the lead, but they are making a gap for themselves. But in saying that, fastest pit stop of the day was McLaren. Almost getting a Grand Slam of pole position, win, and fastest lap. Lando Norris, but fastest lap was taken away from him on that last lap.
Who?
And this is going to make me cry thinking about this again. So Daniel Ricciardo came in 18th, so technically last after the 2 DNFs, because he pitted again
Yeah.
at the very end. He pitted again to take that fast lap away from Lando to help Max in the standings.
Oh, wow.
He did not know if he was going to have a seat after this weekend, and he still did something. But not even his team,
Yeah.
the main team,
Still, yeah, he's rooting for the Red Bull.
after how he was treated. And he got it. He got fastest lap.
Wow, that's
And
impressive, though.
not only did he get fastest lap, which ended up being his last race, in what ended up being his last race, that fastest lap he took is now the track record for fastest lap for Singapore.
Really? Wow. That's
So he took
going out
fastest
with a
lap,
bang then.
literally going out with a bang. And it makes me cry a little bit because he did that. He did that to help Max in the standings. You know, just take that 1 point away from Norris and from McLaren. They did tell Max over the radio. They said, and fastest lap of the day, your mate, Daniel. And Max said, thank you, Daniel. And you could
Aw,
hear the heartbreak in his voice because,
that's
again,
cute.
nobody knew what was going on, but it seemed pretty final.
Yeah.
Also got driver of the day for this, for Daniel Ricciardo. And then, yeah, massive lead for Lando. Nothing much more to say about the race. We're gonna go. Oh my god, we're gonna go straight into media because I said there's some exciting things, also some heartbreaking things to talk about. We'll start with the heartbreaking of, as I said, you heard Max on the radio with the thank you, Daniel, in the most. You can just tell, and it's quite upsetting to hear. Daniel got interviewed after the race about everything going on, and you know he just kept saying, "This is what I've come to know. This is all I know. If this is my last race, like." And this man was holding back tears the whole time because, again, he was thrown to the wolves with no answers.
To the wolves.
No answers. And everyone in that paddock felt that. And it hurt. But not only was there that, they gave him a Royal Guard, I think it's called, where basically they lined up out the front of the V-Carb, like on either side of the path of the V-Carb entrance, to pat him on the back and clap him through as he returned back to the hospitality.
That's sad.
It was really sad. And everyone agrees. Okay, when I say nobody knew what was going on, I'm talking their title sponsors did not know and were not pleased about this. They said if he's being dropped this weekend, we're gonna pull out because what the hell?
Yeah.
Like I'm talking Cash App. I'm talking Visa.
Visa Cash App. Racing Bulls.
Yeah, so that's all they got left is Racing Bulls.
Yeah.
Hugo Boss. Apparently, so it's also come out that apparently that's why this wasn't spoken about and happened so suddenly, is because there was a big campaign with Hugo Boss which I think they ran in Singapore, the livery, and they didn't want. Oh, they had these these brand deals to fulfill, which is why nothing was said until after those brand deals. I'm so sorry. Which is why the brand deals had to be fulfilled, and then it happened.
Yeah.
So it's really, really stupid. On a lighter note, and what is now possibly the pettiest and funniest thing I've seen in this paddock for a while. During media day on Thursday, Max Verstappen was asked, because he was one of the drivers that was in the media
Yeah.
conference that day. He was asked, what's going on with the car, like what. He was asked something about the race, the last race,
Mhm.
and he basically goes, "Yeah, the car was fucked." Right? Simple, plain answer. Very Max Verstappen.
Yeah.
Except
Straight
he
to
said
the
something
point.
in there that the FIA did not like.
What?
Fucked.
Why didn't
I'm
they?
not joking. This man got in trouble for swearing during the press conference to the point he did not get a penalty. He did not get a fine. He got community service.
What? I
He
didn't
got
even know they could do
community
that.
service. Oh, yeah. They said that he needed a harsh penalty because he needed a harsh punishment because,
How come?
we're trying to be role models here. Every other driver said, that's bullshit. There's absolutely no way. Lewis Hamilton himself said, when they're asked, would you be doing the community service if it was you? And he said, no, and I hope Max doesn't either.
What gives them a right to give them community service? Like to who? To what community?
Well, I don't know. I want to know what this
Who are
community service
they?
was. This is the best
What
thing.
are they doing?
But basically, so not only did this happen, every other press conference he ended up in over the weekend, he said the bare minimum. And I do mean the bare minimum. It was, yep. Yeah, I guess.
Now he should have just
The
kept,
race was, yeah.
He should have just kept with it and just said it again.
No, well, no, because he can't. But this is where it gets even funnier, right? So as I said, like the bare minimum. The other drivers are holding it together barely. Like Lando is trying not to start crying again from laughing, right? And one of the media presenters turns around and goes, "Are you going to get in trouble for your responses here, like lack of thereof?" And he goes, "No, I'm responding." And then he goes, "Oh, it's just my voice, it's my voice." This man also, just to clarify, he also said to the FIA that English is not his first language, and that's how he tried to get out of this penalty.
Whoa.
Anyway,
That's
man
funny.
speaks better English than I do half the time. That's hilarious to me. Anyway, I'll give him that pass. But then he turned around after saying, I'm just not talking much because my voice, and goes, they're still trying to bait him, and he goes, "I'll talk about it outside, like after. I'll answer that."
Yeah.
And this man did. This man held his own press conference outside the FIA, like outside the official press conference where the FIA has no control, literally in the middle of the paddock. And I mean, like the photos of it, iconic. Like there is just media surrounding this man. It was iconic. And I think that was after like qualifying. After the race, same thing happened, except he told them he'd do one in the Red Bull hospitality. So he held another press conference in the Red Bull hospitality.
It's like they don't like the way he gives press conferences, so he's going to do his own.
They can't moderate him if it's not under their roof, which is hilarious. The pettiest thing I've ever seen done. And honestly, Max Verstappen, props to you. Props to you. Because why is the FIA making you do community service for swearing when half the time that's what the driver's doing over the radio anyway?
They all swear.
Love Yuki Tsunoda, but there was a whole season where he had to go to Italy to get training done properly because he was so angry over that radio that I'm not even going to say every second word, every word out of that man's mouth was a swear word. I loved it. But why are we punishing grown men? But it's not even like he was speaking. Yeah, he wasn't even being aggressive to anyone. He was just saying, "Car's fucked."
Yeah.
How is that offending anyone other than
That's
Red Bull?
Just too petty for them to do that. Like,
yeah,
it's over the top.
So yeah, basically all the other drivers have said we're going to hold like a meeting about this because this is a joke. There's absolutely no way. Like, I wouldn't be doing that community service. I don't think Max should either because this is not an actual issue. The FAA is not backing down though. I guess we just wait and see now what happens this weekend. But yeah, he also barely spoke over the radio. They took his radio privileges away. I didn't get my Mad Max this weekend.
That's cruelty.
That's cruelty against animals, and the animal is
Yeah.
me. Enough. I don't think there's really much else to say about Singapore, other than thank you once again, Singapore, for being a beautiful race under lights. Such a beautiful street circuit, providing me once again with some of the best entertainment in the form of a racing lizard and a rogue racer doing his own press conferences because the FIA and dominating Lando Norris race again.
Next thing you know, that lizard will be joining Max's
He's
conferences.
yeah, the Lizard's going to be in the press conferences. Also, the Lizard's getting the 2025 seat
Yeah.
for Red Bull. That's who's actually getting Perez's seat now that Ricardo's gone.
Yeah.
The Lizard.
Makes sense.
Go Godzilla. Anyway, we'll see you after Coda. Do you little signer.
Bye bye. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Give me a Colapinto seat. That's all I want.
Hold on. Oh.